Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Tim Aslan here with another crypto update. We are back, guys. We are finally breaking out of the range. It is time for my return to YouTube, and I'm going to stay for good this time. You'll see. We're going to do uploads every other day. That's the plan, unless I'm on vacation. But I think that we're finally getting some good movement, so I think it's a perfect time to come back um, because during all this, there was not much to update, especially recently. But now I think we're at a fun part in the bull market where I do think we'll get some good upside, and there's going to be a lot of opportunities on alts and Bitcoin. So yeah, let's get right into it. I think since it's been a while, we should start on the higher time frames, and I'll just talk about what I'm seeing, and then we can move into lower time frames. Um, Comment on coins you want me to look at in the YouTube comments below, and I'll pick my favorites to feature in the next video. So we can do that. See what you guys are looking at. But yeah, let's start on the monthly chart. So monthly has been really cool to see. Oh, by the way, I fixed certain things with my display settings, and I'm pretty sure you guys can go into 4K to watch the videos now. So check the little gear on the bottom here, and you can watch in 4K. It should be super sharp and crisp. So let me know if that works for you guys. But yeah, so here's the monthly. I mean, this just looks crazy. But let's talk about the recent monthly close because, as you know, it is July 3rd. We have a new month, new monthly candle. And what was really cool about this monthly candle is, as you can see, we came down here. And if you're not following on Twitter, make sure to follow because I posted about this. We had this range point of control, this red line right here, and it nearly got tapped. It got a little front ran, so I didn't enter anything, but that also matched the previous monthly open for June. So this area got front ran a little bit, and I think that's just because a lot of buyers stepped in this area, which is a bullish thing. But this general area was what I posted about on Twitter. And as you can see, we got our wick for the month, and this could be the low for the month, guys. What I always do is I mark the monthly open. I encourage you guys to do that as well. It's just a good support level a lot of times, or resistance level. So I mark it right there. Sometimes I mark the weekly open. Let's just do it for this video. So that's another level that sometimes acts as good confluence. So we have that marked. And even on the weekly chart, what you can see here is once we swept this low down here, we closed above it. Even though everyone was really bearish down here, we closed above it. It created an SFP, swing failure pattern. And then this candle was just a monster candle. And you can see it took us from the bottom of the value area low all the way to the value area high. Now we are finally breaking out above that. And we have this diagonal trend line that I also posted on Twitter. And I said the daily close is very important. That was yesterday. It depends how you want to draw this. You could draw it like this to match this wick. But I think it's a little better if you just do it like this. As you can see, we closed below it yesterday, but today it does look like we are going to close above it. And in my opinion, if we close above it, it's very bullish because it means we're breaking out of this value area. So in this value area, there's tons of volume that we were trading within the range. And now that we're above that volume, typically what happens is if we go above it and we come back, this volume acts as a strong base for us to where we can blast off from it, right? Something like that. Same thing with the diagonal trend line. If you made this a channel even, you could see it's like a, I don't want to say it's a bull flag, but it's a bull flag, right? So As soon as we break out of that, we tend to go up with a higher probability. So that's a good sign. Um, the one kind of downside sign that I'm a little worried about is this is a big liquidity area. It's good we didn't sweep it and then drop. If we go on the lower time frames, you can see we had this wick right here. So I would only be worried if we went like this. Like let's say we just swept that wick right here, and then if we dumped from there, that's the only thing I would be worried about. And it could happen in the short term, because tomorrow's 4th of July holiday. So if that does happen, then expect some kind of retest, maybe of the monthly open or the weekly open. And then from here, I would anticipate further upside. So don't be alarmed if we do sweep that and drop a little bit. It doesn't mean we're bearish, but that is a big liquidity zone that could get swept before a bit of downside. Yeah, but so far this chart looks nice. Um, Targets for upside, what I would do, because we would enter price discovery, right? So I don't have any like previous levels to go off of or anything. But what I would do is I would use my TR pocket fibs, and based on this range right here that we had for the last, couple months, I might even use this range low instead right here. This would be a good target zone. So around 115K to 116K. So this area up here is probably where I would look for the first short-term reversal. That also goes without saying that we could just sweep the high and have a short-term reversal. I wouldn't like that. I really would like some stronger candles into here. Then what typically happens from here, once it tests this area, this 116K area, what typically happens is it will retest that breakout from this range. And then that's where the market makes a decision. Does it want to go back in the range? And if so, we could get a trade off of the top right here. Or, we could take a long on the retest, put our stop kind of down here. And if the market has all this supporting volume and it wants to go up, from here is where it would go up. So that's what I would look at for the next few weeks. And yeah, I think we're in a good spot. We're at 109,000 US dollars for one Bitcoin, and the Google search volume for the words Bitcoin and crypto are still near bear market lows. So that just tells you how much more room we have, in my opinion. Um, yeah, we haven't had euphoria in a while. Alts obviously have been getting pummeled, but eventually the good ones will take off, in my opinion. So let's just look at two that I know you guys will be interested in. Hey everyone, really briefly, I just want to mention Bit2Nex. It's the world's fastest growing crypto and derivatives exchange. It's the exchange I personally use, and they have some crazy bonuses going on right now. So if you deposit using my referral link, you can get up to $100,000 in bonuses. The reason I like this exchange so much is because it does not require any KYC. You do not need a VPN to use it. So anyone, anywhere in the world, except probably North Korea, can use this exchange. And not only that, but they do have a proof of reserve with a one-to-one reserve on all user assets. As you can see, they update this every single month. So it was just updated a few days ago. They have 134% of the Bitcoin they need, 109% of the Ethereum they need, and 102% of the USDT they need. And they even have a Merkle root hash, so you can verify your exact wallet and match it in the Bit2Nex reserve ratio to understand that your funds are fully secure. You can withdraw up to $500,000 per day without KYC. So it has amazing liquidity. It's a great exchange. I've been using them for 2 years and I highly recommend it. You can use the link below. So one of them is ETH. ETH I posted on my Twitter yesterday, where it's in a golden pocket area right now. And that was calculated from this high to this low. So if we are going to see some bearishness, it is from here. And as you can see, it's struggling in this zone. So again, over this holiday weekend, we could get some short-term bearishness. And it's not, it's not good to be too alarmed about that. I think for now it's fine. But the only reason I posted that, and the only reason it's worthwhile talking about, is simply because from this wick high right here, this wick was generated after sweeping a lot of these wicks and a lot of this liquidity over here. And so we actually had a really strong move down from that. And so sometimes, it'll do that. It'll retest a golden pocket and then put in one more further low, kind of like an ABC correction. But the good news is that if you look here, if we mark out like our range low is this area, what happened was this entire thing was a range, right? I'll use a box to explain it a little bit nicer. So this entire thing is our range, right? From up here, we deviated the high once, came down, deviated the low. Deviation just means we went above or below it and then came back into the range. So we deviated above it, we deviated below it. And then this one was a big deviation above, but again, we came back into the range, struggled here a bit, and then fell back into the range fully. Then this is a strong range low deviation. And I'm pretty sure if you used our TR pocket right there, you can see exactly what I was talking about on the Bitcoin example, where we hit it perfectly. And then we retested the range, decided we were bullish, came back in, and look at that, really nice, right? So the thing to note though is that we went below the range, came back in it, and then retested the bottom of the range with a strong impulse up. So to me, that is telling me that, hey, we like the range low is still a valid support and holding. And so we should have no reason to be bearish unless we lose it again. Because we already deviated so far below this range, it's telling me that if we were to come down again, let me get my drawing tool. If we were to come down again like that, then I would be a little worried, because then we lost the range again, right? And then most probably we're going to break this low, right? But same thing goes for the upside. We significantly deviated to the upside. So if we go up there again, there's not much more liquidity and volume to take. It would mean that, hey, we're excited. We have the fuel from taking out all the people's stop loss here and building up that long position. We have the fuel to take this up to at least break this high. We have another strong liquidity point up there. But if you see here, based on this macro range, the yearly open would be the main target. We have not retested the yearly open significantly ever since this long move down. So that's where I would be looking, and that's at a $3,300 Ethereum price. Now, if you are a subscriber of the channel, my last video before I kind of took a break, Ethereum was down here, and we predicted this exact low. You can go see that video if you don't believe me, but we predicted that exact low, and just an absolutely amazing rally from that. So if anyone got into that, let me know. I know ETH is kind of like a hated coin right now, but that was nice to see that played out. One more thing on that note from the previous video, if you saw, we were talking about Nike, and this is when all the tariff news was going on. Nike, and you can see my Twitter on this as well, perfect point of control low, and this is over a 50% move up from this bottom, I believe. 40% actually, I think. Let's check it out. yeah, 45% up from this low. And in my opinion, if we flip this strong liquidity up here, this will make a run to a new all-time high for Nike stock. So this was a great spot buying opportunity on Nike. And if anyone trades stocks or purchase in their long-term portfolio, let me know about that. I'm curious. One more alt that we should look at, because I know you guys are huge fans of it, is XRP. This had just an amazing run up. I think we talked about this in the last video. We had the golden pocket right here, which it hit really nicely. As we can see, another deviation of the range turned into a really nice liquidity sweep and then pumped back up. So I haven't looked at this in a few days. I know Leo on Twitter asked about it. And as you can see, I said, this is our main zone that's really important for XRP. We do need to flip this, and it looks a little bit difficult in my opinion, and I'll break down why. So as you can see from this entire range, this volume node right where this red line is it's called the point of control. It is very, very high volume. Like you can see how much further of volume this is compared to any other zone in this entire range. And not only that, but it matches the golden pocket perfectly. So I pulled this from this wick high to the wick low right there, and it is just a really nice match. Let me see if there's anything else here that matches. There's a weekly level right there, meaning it's a weekly open from where a green weekly candle turns to a red one. So that's a bearish weekly level. So I'll mark it like that. So that's another confluence point. And then the last one obviously is look at all these wicks right here. Here's one, here's one, here's one, here's three. So a sharp, fast move into this zone and then a big drop would be a little bit bearish, because we're taking all these trapped liquidity up there and reversing at the point of control. So if you guys are fans of XRP, which I know a lot of you are who watch my channel, and I'm a fan of it as well, you have to be careful in this zone. And like I said, same thing on ETH, where ETH is also in this kind of bearish zone. What we need is Bitcoin to just please pump to all-time high with some strong candles, and then for sure all these alts will follow suit once Bitcoin consolidates a little bit. But right now, I will be honest, it is a bit scary in this zone, and we just want to see some big candles through it to crush that. But yeah, that's pretty much it, everyone. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm planning to do daily or semi-daily uploads, so every other day. But yeah, if there's days where there's not a lot of movement, I might not post, but I really do enjoy making these videos. It's just hard. Takes some time to post and edit. And you can see my channel, I've added some nice stuff to it, and I upped the quality. So I hope that was nice for you guys. If you want to use my referral link on Bit2Next, it's personally my favorite exchange because they have no KYC. So you can use that at the description below. But anyway, leave a comment on what you want to see, and I'll make sure to get another video out here shortly, guys. Have a good rest of your day.